What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Pure EVil MMA. I have a very special guest with us here today. We got Fabio Cherant, who's 1-0 right now. He has an upcoming fight for CES 50 going down in just a couple of days, June 15th. What's going on, Fabio? How you been?
I've been good. You know, I've been better too. So I'm just living life, man. Enjoying myself.
So you got this big upcoming fight, man. I was at your last one, and you definitely put on a show. Is the expectations kind of raised now because you went in there, you finished that fight in like 13 seconds?
For me, nah. I'm just going with the flow, you know. I go where the fight takes me, you know, and opportunity showed itself, and I took advantage of it, and I'm going to do the same thing Friday night, you know, so.
How's weight cutting going right now? I was checking out your Instagram, and guys, you can go follow him on Instagram at, let me see what the ad is, at Buffalo MMA 8. So what's going on with the weight cut? It seems like you're pretty much on point, right?
I've been on point for the past 3 weeks. I was 205, like, beginning of camp, and I was like trying my hardest to like eat food and like get the weight back up, you know. So I'm on the money right now. I was 203 yesterday. I'm chilling, you know. I'm not worried about weight cutting to 205. I'm just focused on training and getting my head right.
See, the biggest thing about this fight is your opponent is actually usually fights at heavyweight. So
that's what I'm saying, baby. That's what I'm saying.
So how has this influenced the fight for you?
I fucking love it. Like, I unless this guy's been dieting since December, you know, and getting his body right, then kudos to him, you know, good for him. But he's probably got a lot of weight to cut, because from what I saw, he weighed in at 245. He's a big boy. I'm a big boy too, but I'm not a heavy big boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm not focused on that. You know, if he makes weight, he makes weight. Congratulations. If he doesn't, the fight's still on. I'm still ready to go. You know, I lost an opponent already. I'm not gonna stay in this and not fight. You know, on regards of not making weight. I train with all heavyweights. Greg Rebello,
Yes.
You know, so.
And speaking of Greg Rebello, man, Dana White's Tuesday Contender Series, it's literally starting right now. Greg's getting another shot. And speaking of Greg, he was
I got two of my teammates on there.
On tonight's episode?
Yes. Sean Lally and Rico DeCilio.
So do you think that this is a good platform for you, Dana White's Tuesday Contender Series, maybe somewhere down the later seasons, maybe on ESPN next season once you get a couple of wins under your belt? Because the way that this works is they're picking up guys from CES. Look at Matt Bissett, look at Greg Rebello and your two teammates. Is this kind of the path that you're following?
I'm young, you know. I'm 23. I'm not in any rush. You see a lot of guys that are in the UFC now that are young, that are getting thrown in there, and they're just going to the next level so fast, and then once they meet all the older veterans that are just washing them up, you know, I don't want that to happen to me. So I'm just taking my time. Like I said, I'm young. I got plenty of time, you know. I just started doing this 2 years ago, you know. I'm still a virgin in this game. Yeah. I got a lot to learn.
You know, I was looking back at, you know, your Cage Titans career, and I saw my boy Chris O'Brien with you. You guys both got award for what was it? Fight of the night. You got sub of the night back in this time last year.
Yes, sir. That's my man.
What was the big transition going from Cage Titans to CES? What kind of made you go to CES instead of starting your pro career with Cage Titans, or was there really no reason at all?
There was no reason. It was just opportunity. Greg just hit me up, was like, "Hey, we got a fight for you. You're going pro." I was like, "Oh, all right." You know, the last couple, I had a tough time trying to find fights, you know. So, and I just started deciding, you know, I might go pro, you know, and like after my Muay Thai fight, I decided, yeah, you know what, it's time. And thankfully, Greg set it up for me, and now we're here.
You know, like I was just saying, you got CES Fighter of the Year 2017, or you were at least nominated for it. And you know what, man? I was looking at your Instagram as well, and I have to question about this because people that are watching the video cast right now, they're seeing a photo that I just pulled up on your Instagram where where it says, "My son and I looking for a fight." What's up with this picture?
Yes.
So who's that little baby in the corner?
It's Ron Marshall, man. That's who pulled out on me at the beginning of this camp. Little bitch.
And you actually
Sorry,
have history with him, right? You have
Yeah.
going all the way back to amateur career.
Yeah. So my first fight, like I said before, I wasn't that long into training. You know, I jumped into the whole MMA scene real early, and I took a fight off of short notice, like no prior training experience, and I went the distance with him, and he talked a lot of shit, saying, "Oh, he destroyed me, he owned me, all this stuff like that," and he beat me by one fucking point. He got a costly. He took me down late in the third round, which gave him the edge. But don't say you destroyed me when we went to decision, and it was a hug fest. He hugged me the whole time, and then the second time we fight, I wiped him up. You know what I mean? Like, and then he started talking again, saying he's gonna be calling. I'm gonna be calling him daddy. Like, you know, he's gonna make me his bitch. Whatever he said, and then like not even a week later, dude pulls out of the fight on some personal issues. We all have personal issues, you know. Like, come on, man.
You know, another thing, do you think that it's going to be a rubber match? Do you think that day is actually going to come where you're going to be able to fight him? Because it seems like, I mean, right off the bat, I got interested. I was like, what is this all about?
You know, I'm open to it, you know.
It's got to be hard, though, because, you know, when an opponent pulls out your focus, your training, and then something like that happens, what are you left feeling like? What did that feel like when he pulled out?
I mean, like, it sucks, but it doesn't at the same time. Shit happens, you know. Just gotta deal with the suck and move on, you know. What can you do? I don't want to dwell on somebody pulling out of a fight. Why not just fucking just push through, you know? Things happen for a reason, you know. I guess this is the reason why it happened, and now I get to show people that who I am, you know, once again.
So I'm gonna be there cage side for this. What can people expect when you step in against Marcus Allen, who's currently 1-1? Or you know what? First off, what do you know about Marcus Allen that you could share with people that aren't too familiar with him? Is there anything that you know about him?
His first fight, he fought some guy that just walked straight, flat-footed towards him and caught him with an overhand or whatever it was, you know. And then his second fight, he from the clips I saw, he got taken down. He gave up, just sat at the bottom, flailed his arms all around, you know. And this guy thinks he can submit me in the second round. Whatever, man. Keep smoking that dope, bro.
Is that what he's saying?
I'm gonna show him what's good.
Is that what he's calling for?
Yeah, it's funny. It's really funny. You know, that's the first time I think I've heard that, you know.
So what was going through your head when you thought of that? Did you kind of rebuttal?
I laughed. I for sure laughed, you know, because I enjoyed that.
How do you see it going? How do you see this fight going? Like in your head? You see it going to the second round, first round, without giving too much away?
I see it going my way, you know. I'm prepared to stand up. I want to stand up. I want to show people that I can bang, you know. And I haven't really had a chance to show that, you know. My one fight I did was a Muay Thai fight, and I just want to show people that I'm not a grappler. I can strike, you know. So I'm looking. That's my go-to right there. I'm looking to strike, and if it goes to the ground, this guy is gonna get subbed. I fucking guarantee it. He's gonna get subbed.
I cannot wait for this card, guys. It's going down June 15th at the Twin River Casino. So are you going to be heading there that day for What?
I live I live I live 20 minutes away
Oh,
from Twin
perfect.
River, so I could walk there. I'm not gonna do that, but I could.
So
It's that close.
just to hype people up a little bit more to get them even more interested in this fight, your opponent actually has a win in 13 seconds. No,
16,
at 16
16.
seconds. So,
Don't come on, come on.
yeah, at CES 36, he had a 16-second KO, and also an submission win. So does that kind of show you that he is more well-rounded? He's not like a grappler. He's somebody that will most likely stand and trade with you. Does that kind of excite you?
Uh, you know, I don't know. I don't want to sound like a cocky, uh, stuck-up douche, So, but like, I hope he brings his A game. I know I'm gonna bring my A game. I'm ready to go. So we'll see what happens. I I, I just know what I'm gonna do, and I, I'm ready to go. I hope he's ready. I hope he's having a good weight cut. I hope everything's going smooth for him because I know things are going smooth for me, and the pieces are just aligning up. And Friday night, I'm gonna show people what I've been doing.
So before we let you go, just so everybody knows, when I was at your last fight, you were actually one of my picks for people to keep an eye on. So I'm so excited. First off, to have you on the show. Second off, to watch you fight in your second pro fight, cage side. Once again, man, I'll be there rooting for you, man. I'm rooting for both of you guys. So I really appreciate you coming on. Is there anything that you'd like the audience to know before we let you go? Any sponsors, shout outs, anything at all?
Um, the people listening, just be ready. The people coming out, uh, thank you for the support. If you are supporting me, just expect some fireworks and expect the buff to walk out 2-0.
Can't wait, man. I will see you in a couple days. Maybe we'll catch up at the end of the fight, backstage
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever. I will talk to you then, man. Thank you so much for joining us here at Pure Evil
my man.
MMA.
Thank you. Hey, bye bye.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Pure Evil MMA. I have a special guest with us here today, once again for Lion Fight, which is coming back to the East Coast, and they have a couple of great events back to back to back. We have a lot to talk about with our guest, Jordan Crazy J Harris. What's going on, Jordan? How you doing today?
What's going on, sir? I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Just getting ready, geared up for this crazy summer that we're gonna have in combat sports. Period. I mean, between UFC, Bellator, Lion Fight. I mean, first off, Lion Fight, like I was just saying, has 3 back-to-back events going down, even out in Paris. And you have an upcoming fight, July 28th for Lion Fight 45 at Foxwood Casino. I'm going to be cage side or ringside, I should say. I can't wait. Who's your opponent?
My opponent is Mike Triana, I believe. He's from the East Coast. Should be a good fight. Undefeated record as well. I'm looking forward to the challenge.
So first off, honestly, man, I mean, there's going to be 4 title fights on Lion Fight 45. You got Chip on there going up against Mark Kinnanen, Brett Halvack on there also. Are you just excited to be on this Lion Fight card just because of?
I am, sir. I am. It does feel like a big honor to get to take the stage with these great fighters that are competing for belts.
And you know what? As we're doing this interview right now, the people that are watching the video cast, they're looking at some of the photos of, I just pulled them right off your Instagram.
Yeah.
You're no stranger to combat sports. Why don't you let everybody in on a little bit of your background? I see that there's some boxing in there. Let us know a little bit about Jordan Harris.
I fight for Animal Combat Sports. It's a small gym out here in the middle of the desert in Palmdale, and I'm basically a professional in boxing, Muay Thai, MMA. Any type of combat sport. It's gonna be fun to me. So whether if it's just a jiu-jitsu tournament, I will always be game to compete.
Oh, you do grappling as well. You're in every field. Are you also in MMA
Yeah.
as well? You've done MMA before in the past?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm a professional MMA. I'm 1-0 in a professional MMA. I am 4-1 in uh, in pro boxing, and I'm 1-0, 3-0 in Muay Thai.
So
Yeah, man. I'm pretty much out there, but like the combat sports. But I'm just having fun doing it.
that's the best part about it is learning a little bit here, a little bit there. Muay Thai, man, just line fight itself. You're seeing people like Antonina Shevchenko, sister of Valentina, go over to Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series and try her luck out there. We've seen Chris Cyborg come over to line fight and put up her best against Jarena Bars as well. Man, really funny because first off, have you ever been to Foxwoods?
No, sir. I haven't.
Oh man,
It'll be my first time traveling.
really? Your first time traveling to Foxwoods, or?
Yeah.
So first off, you have a lot in store, man, because it's one of the biggest casinos on the planet. So anyone that's going to be buying tickets, it might be their first Muay Thai fight. I mean, there's so much to do at Foxwoods Casino. The one thing I think is so crazy, and I feel so bad for you guys about, is you guys are obviously going through like all these weight cuts, and at Foxwoods, you're gonna have to walk by all these gourmet candy shops, all these carrot cake shops. It's brutal there when you're cutting weight. So, how do you handle weight cutting?
Yeah. It shouldn't really be much of a serious weight cut. I normally fight at like a lower weight class, so But either way though, it is never easy, man. Like cutting weight, having the diet, sauna session. That's the worst part about the game.
Honestly, I just did an interview with Deanna Bennett, and she was talking about getting her tooth knocked out. She's like dying to get her tooth knocked out. And I see a picture of you holding your tooth. Did you get your tooth knocked out in a fight or something?
No, actually, no. I just got my teeth shifted back, but luckily, man, like the freaking promoters paid for everything, and I have better teeth than what I freaking did before.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, man. Like there was a blessing there. It came with a cold price, though. It came with a cold price on my teeth, but it's all good.
At least it was covered. So are right now people are also looking at like some of your other Instagram photos, and we see that you got this crazy long hair, and it looks like you have your mom or somebody cutting your hair recently.
Oh yeah, actually no, man. It was my friend, man. Like that was. Is it my mom brushing my hair? It might be my mom brushing my hair. I'm not sure which photo that you're looking at.
You got some crazy hair. It looks, I don't know exactly what it's from, but man, you got some crazy hair. Is that something that you look forward to braiding on fight night? Something to add to your style?
Always. Time to go to war once it's braided up.
Another thing that people don't understand when they think about Muay Thai, they think about karate, maybe not so much karate, but when they think of combat sports, period, or boxing or anything, they think of a very violent person that would be involved with fighting. But like every fighter that I've interviewed, or 99% of them are really awesome people that help kids and are awesome in their community. And it looks like you also do like children's classes as well, helping the youth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do.
What exactly do you do? And is it a little tough, dealing with some of the younger ones?
I try to give back. I try to give back as much as possible. But I was teaching a kids class at one point, but it's been like about half a year since I taught what's coming like my last kids class. So but other than that, I really do like to teach. I get a private client here and there. So, it's fine.
What exactly do you guys teach at that? Because like you were saying, you do a little bit of Muay Thai, you do a little bit of grappling.
We basically just stand up, do stand up. It doesn't really matter what type of style: MMA, striking, boxing, Muay Thai, kickboxing.
It doesn't
really matter. It's just the same drills over and over, just a little different style.
I asked this to a lot of fighters out there. Like a lot of my listeners reach out to me and they're like, Ed, I'm looking for, like, I want to get into jujitsu, or I want to get into Muay Thai, or I want to get into, judo. How do you know when you're in the right place? Like when you're looking for a gym to join, if you're brand new to sports,
Yeah,
like how do you know you're at the right gym?
that's actually tough. I would just go more as, are you remembering the techniques that the teacher is teaching you, or then what's called, is he just jumping from new move to move to move each day? Is just something different? So in my opinion, it should be the same technique throughout in like the whole week, or then in like something like close to it.
Also, I get a lot of people wondering about weight cutting. What do you think is a good diet that, you're not trying to like when you guys are going through your weight cuts or anything, you guys have to drop some brutal weight sometimes. What do you think is a good diet for people to just keep up with if they want to shed a couple of pounds?
If I were to give somebody like the easiest advice, just drink that gallon of water every day, and just don't drink any like juice or soda, nothing like that.
So a big thing with being a fighter that I feel like a lot of people don't realize the stress added to it is a lot of promotions ask you to sell tickets and stuff like that. Have you had any issues before in the past with selling
No,
tickets or
sir.
anything?
No, sir. Um, it is, man, like, it is something, man, like a fighter shouldn't really have to worry about, unfortunately in the game, man, you gotta sell tickets. If you sell the tickets, the promoters will probably look out for you better. They will for sure want you to come back to fight on their card. So, it kind of does make it a little bit rougher on like the local fighters if you really don't socialize like that.
Yeah, you know what? Lion Fight does a great job setting up some of their fight cards. Every time they have a card, especially at Foxwoods, the place is packed. And now that they're going to be on Flow Combat, I think it's a perfect platform for them to kind of branch out and get people. I mean, you already have people like I talk about it all the time. You have people like Joe Rogan that's constantly talking about Lion Fight.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really growing here in America. So I think it's an honor to be a part of it. Even as media to watch some of these fighters in there, like when you show up to weigh-ins and socialize with a lot of the people there. It's very humanizing to see you guys all interact with people because it's from all over the world. You got fighters coming in from Thailand, and it's awesome. Last time I was there, I stayed until 5 in the morning just to hang around and talk with some of the people there about their cultures.
Mm-hmm.
So, what day are you going to be flying out? I know the fight's going to be going down on July 28th. We're getting pretty close to that day. What day are you flying out to head to Foxwoods?
I'm not really too sure yet, sir. I'm not too sure. So I still need to get the medicals done. A little small part of the fight game. But once I get that done, I should be getting the date as soon as possible.
Before we close this interview out, one thing that we're seeing nonstop with you, whether it's Power Rangers or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, something that I can definitely relate with, man, because that's where my love came from. What's your story with this? I see you love Dragon Ball Z. I mean, Ronda Rousey is a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z. The Diaz brothers are a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z. Where does your love go back to with all this?
Mine would be with the Ninja Turtles. And like the reason being, I am a brother of 4. So then, freaking growing up, I've always just want them to play with me. So I'm gonna be this Ninja Turtle. I'm gonna be the purple one. He's gonna be the orange one, the blue one, red one. I have 3 brothers. That's why. A little brother, a twin brother, and then I have a big brother. Yep. So I always just wanted to just play the freaking Ninja Turtle. So yeah, that's the main reason for that.
And do you also have children?
No, no children for me.
So your brothers have children, I'm guessing?
Just my twin brother has a kid, but that's about it.
Because I'm seeing, first off, because you can't see it right now, but the people on the video cast that are going to be watching, they can see a picture of you and your family, you and your 4 brothers. Are you the youngest of that crew?
No, sir. I am actually the second oldest. I am 2 minutes older than my twin brother, but he is about 3 inches bigger than me. And yeah, man, he got some weight on me.
Does he always hold that over your head? You're like, I'm a little bit older, but I'm 3 inches taller.
No, hell no, man. But he used to serve me up, though, growing up. He used to serve me up good. But, man, these days, the tables
You know, before we let you go, my last question to you is: I can tell that you're a very religious person. How did you come into combat sports? Period. What guided you on this route?
It was actually it was basically just to really sober up, man. I was really into like the party scene, selling drugs, just partying every weekend, messing around, you know. So and then it was just a one festival. I just told myself, man, like this just ain't me. I'm better than this. I moved down to Florida with my mom. I joined the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu gym without even knowing what the hell I'm a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu bug. Yeah, man, the rest is history right there.
And what does the future look like for you? Obviously, you have this upcoming fight, but what is the main goal? Is it to become the champion at Lion Fight?
It's to become a Muay Thai champion in boxing, Muay Thai MMA.
I can't wait to see you come July 28th, man. I'll catch up with you at the weigh-ins July 27th. So, guys, make sure to check out Pure EVil MMA on that day. We'll be at the weigh-ins to cover that all for you. And right now, if you have any sponsors, shout-outs, anything at all, the floor is all yours.
So definitely, I like to give a shout out to Salmon Combat Sports. I like to give a shout out to all of my sponsors. You got the Villager Barber Shop. Got a Big House Pizza, Vision Engineering, and just to all of my boys down in Palmdale.
Guys, Crazy J _weapon 44 _ Perucho. Man, you gotta fix that up. That's so long. What came behind this name?
That's for that right there is for freaking my each sport, and like Crazy J is my freaking MMA nickname. The Weapon 44 is my Muay Thai nickname, and then the Perucho is my boxing nickname.
What's Perucho mean?
Perucho is basically what I am. I'm part of Peruvian, and that's what you call somebody from there.
That's
Perucho, a boy from there.
That's awesome, man. That's now I understand a little bit better about that name. So make sure you guys follow him on Instagram. We got to get you a Twitter account. That's coming soon enough, man. So thank you so much for joining me here on Pure EVil MMA, and I'll catch you soon. Wishing you your best of skill.
All right, then, thank you, sir.
God bless. There you go, guys. We got Crazy J Jordan Harris. That fight is going to be awesome. That card, period, that week, period, for Lion Fight is just going to be crazy. So just to let everybody know, that is the last of the 3 tour dates. Lion Fight 43, that's going down July 7th in London. On that card, it's going to be at the O2 Arena. Following that, July 21st, we are in France for Lion Fight 44 Grand Prix. Then Lion Fight 45, there's going to be 4 title fights. Like I said, you got Chip on there, you got Brett on there, my boy Steve. I cannot wait for Lion Fight to come back to Foxwoods. It is, if you guys are on the East Coast, let me tell you, because like I said, it's not just the Muay Thai event. There's so much more going on there. You got an entire mall to shop at. Every time I go there, I just get so lost. I say this all the time. They give you directions like you got to go a quarter mile that way, go up the escalator, go 0.2 miles. Like they give it directions in miles. That's how big this place is. Absolutely monstrous. It's so easy to get lost at Foxwoods. And if you park in the wrong parking garage, you might have to walk, like I've had to walk 25 minutes before to get to the events. World Series of Fighting has been at Foxwoods before. Where they have the Lion Fight events, it gets packed quick. And the tickets aren't that expensive, guys. I brought my mother and my 70-year-old grandfather who just had hip surgery. He was on his feet the entire time. If you are just getting into combat sports, if you have a relative that kind of understands boxing, bring them to the Muay Thai fight. They're gonna love it. They're so much fun. Even sometimes the amateur fights end up being just as good as some of the fights on the main card. And the energy and the vibe there, it's just, there's nothing like it. It's what life's all about. If you love combat sports, you'll love Lion Fight, and it's coming here to the East Coast once again. The Scots are bringing it back. Guys, make sure to check it out. It's going down July 28th at Foxwoods Casino. just in case you forgot. Guys, I'm Evil Eddie from Pure EVil MMA, myMMAnews.com.